What's up guys, today I'm coming back with a tutorial on Tropical House. A lot of you seem to have problems with understanding not how to make the sounds for a track, but how to put them together to sound like a single piece, to sound better. And if you want me to continue with a series with more styles, EDM styles, just let me know and I'm just gonna do it. But let's just jump into the video now. Yeah, guys, I wanna apologize in advance for the fact that I'm ill right now. It's winter, these things happen, and I can't really talk normal. So I'm sorry for that. I hope you can understand what I'm telling you in this video. I know I talk very weird. My nose is, it's awful. I hope you understand me. Please don't hate me. Thank you very much. So let's get on the video now. Alright, so first of all I want to show you how a piece of the track sounds like, and I'm gonna show you the drop. It sounds like this. So just so you know how the final result should sound like. Okay, so what do we have here? On the first pattern I see we have an Nexus, and it sounds like this. This represents a big portion of the drop. So basically what this is you have the chords right here. These are the chords, and this is actually the lead. Let's call it the lead. So how I made this sound. This is alright. So XP Dance Volume 2, PD Mallet Pad, and what I did is I came here to mix, and I basically cutted this one, the second sound, so you remain only with that and I don't know, like a flute sound, and I really liked the sound, and I just used it. So then what we have next is another Nexus. Pretty much I used only Nexus, as you can see. It's a pretty basic track. I didn't want it to use like a lot of plugins and a lot of sounds. I just made it as simple as possible, and it ended up pretty well, so it works. So the second pattern it sounds like this. So this is for the build up. It's a, I mean, pretty basic piano. You see here piano, piano and strings, and I think in the mix, yeah, I left only this one active, but you can hear the side chain. I used the kickstart, yeah, this one. So you have some fruity reverb, but not too much, only a little bit. A parametric EQ, I played a lot with the EQ right here. And kickstart, this is very important for the piano in Tropical House. I think it's a I don't know, very important element. You hear it in all the tracks in Tropical House. You see here fruity compressor, and Sound Goodizer. It's one of my favorite effects on FL Studio. Yeah, pretty basic piano, pretty easy. I don't think it's a problem there. And the third pattern is this one. So you might notice that it sounds pretty much the same as the first one, but what happened is that I started building the drop and I put a kick and some white noise, and I noticed that I don't hear it clear enough. So I just added a little bit. You see, it's exactly, I actually don't know. Yeah, it's exactly the same one, so I cloned it because I wasn't clearly, I don't know, I didn't just hear it clear enough. So I cloned it, and now it's okay. But the very important thing is that you use, I mean, all of these three plugins. I got them here, and I let me just show you. For example, the first pattern. It sounds pretty cool, but without the effects in here, it sounds like this. So I cannot stress this enough, like the effects in FL, and not even only in FL Studio, in all the programs, all the DAWs, like they are very important. You have to use them. They're so important. Like, look at this. And you heard how it sounded before, so it's so different. This is what actually makes the difference between a okay track and a good track, a track that makes you happy when you hear it. Again, here the same thing. Look, all these effects, and without them, this how it sounds like. Uh, Actually, this I'm wrong right here because I cloned it. It's assigned to the same channel on the mixer. That's why you hear it the same, but it's not. And for the build up, a very important thing is the clap, especially in tropical house. Like, where is it? Here's the clap. So a loop, and in tropical house and future house, you want to put reverb, like a ton of reverb on the clap, like you see all the way up, just so you can hear it very good. Right, so I just put these three patterns together. It was a bit challenging. Like, after the drop, I had no idea how to continue it. It was very hard. I stayed like around 10 hours just to make it like one pace. But I think I I consider it's a good track. The sidechain on the piano makes the money, let's say like that. A lot of white noise. I love white noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Got some white noise right there. For the drop, I want to address this correctly. Like, let's just be honest, it's tropical house. Uh, you don't want like that Dutch kick, that blows your neighbors. You want a nice, tight, slow, kind of chill kick. This is what tropical house is about, chilling out, you know. So this is how the drop sounds like without any melody and lead, just the kick. What I have here, I think it's a snare. uh, I actually used two kicks and some white noise, and here this here some claps, but only only in the second part. So you see the kick is nice, slow. It's not anything very hardcore, hard style. You know, the literally you put in a tropical house track the nicest and tightest kick you can find in your, I don't know, your PC, whatever you're using. Um, so the first kick is this one. You see, nice and tight. The second one is this one, pretty much the same. And what you see here, not this one, this one. It's a kick, but it's kind of a kick with a snare, you know, because that's how I felt the drop should sound like a kick and a snare, you know, that kind of drop, not only kick like hardcore. And the snare fits in very good with the melody. Like, let me put a melody so you can see. So you see, it's very fitted in there. It sounds almost as perfect as possible. I don't think you can do much more about the drop. I agree, the build up, you know, the intro is pretty fucked up. I mean, it's not that good. I didn't even work so much on it because I had no idea what to do. I had this piano, I put sidechain on it, and I said, you know, it's good enough. And this is one thing that I usually do. I I start making the tracks with a drop, you know. I start with a drop, and then I make the intro, and it sounds the intro sounds so bad, and the drop is very good. And why I don't do anything about that, because you hear a crappy intro, you know, and a crappy build up, and then the contrast between the build up and the drop is so big that it makes you feel that impact that I want you to feel, you know. That's why you don't have to stress so much about the build up, and let it just do it as you feel. It sounds good. That's what I do. But yeah, I think it's a good track in the end. That's why I feel. Um, so let's just hear the whole track. And by the way, I don't forget, like, the white noise is very important. Don't forget to use it, like up filters, down filters, impacts, like crashes, everything. Just put them into piece. It sounds great. So just listen. Yeah, so this one is the intro. Like, I know it's basic and like it doesn't even sound that good, and that sidechain, the piano is like too loud, but I kind of like it that way. And this is a very important thing, especially in tropical house. Like, when you put white noise and like up filters, usually you have to kind of let this, you know, here, right here, this path, like for the like the end point of the pattern, this part, to hear, I don't know, to sound clear, like exactly like before a drop, you know, you let the vocals with no drums and no white noise and no nothing. Basically, you just let the vocals before the drop. That's how you have to let this one right here. Just look at it. It sounds amazing. That crack right there is very important. So this is the part before the drop, the build up. Uh, Pretty basic. You see here I have a automation clip. It's for the Nexus 3, which is the, I think this one, yeah. So this one, the volume of this one goes up until like here, and from there on it just stays the same because this is the intro. So from here the build up really starts. You see the clap is very important, how the clap comes in. You don't want to put it right exactly from the start of the build up, like right here. Just want to wait a little bit for the ear, let's say, to get used to the melody, and then just put a clap right before the drop comes. So right here. So the white noise, again, I told you, is very important, and what I just told you here, this crack, just let the pads, in our case, because it's tropical house, but it doesn't matter, you can use it in any genre. Like, I love doing this. It's just, it sounds so good. Like, it basically, it makes the track sound so, I don't know, so natural. Like, don't you feel what I'm talking about? So again, this crack right here, this one actually has two reasons. The one that I told you before, and I insist to do it, like, it's very good. You have to try it. Actually, try three reasons, not only two. So this one, the fact that you maybe heard, like, the melody was kind of slowly going off because of the EQ. Like, it just, I don't know, just you just hear it very strange, and this crack helps, like, releasing uh, that strange noise. And for the second part of the drop right here, it just can hear it clear. And the third reason is that we, in the second part of the drop, you want to put the claps again, the claps are very important in like the whole EDM industry, not only in tropical house, mainly in tropical house, but in you find claps everywhere. I don't think there's one EDM track that doesn't have claps in it. Like they're so important. So this is what I worked a lot on. I didn't knew how to do this. I mean, like it was so hard. Like I tried a million things. It just didn't sound right, and I finally came with this. I remember the track. I think it was called Pyramids. I don't really know from who, but it had like the drop had like 3 parts. Is it was the first track I heard that on. Had like 3 parts, and the third one was like an outro of the drop. Like was having the melody and the bass and everything, but no kick and no clap and no nothing. Just the melody of the drop, of course, and this white noise. And I just used that to create this, like, it's an outro from the drop, but at the same time it's an intro for the build up that goes to the second drop. I want to apologize right now because I'm talking so weird. I'm pretty much ill, it's winter, and sorry, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. So let's continue. I'm interrupting again, but this crack right here again, I told you I use it everywhere and I love it so much. Like, I don't think you realize until you use it, but it's so important and it makes such a difference. Like, I don't even know how to explain you. Okay, so I'm not gonna play this part because I think the tutorial is already extremely long, because this part right here plus those 2 kicks is pretty much the same as here. See, the same clap, same everything. Sorry about that. But the outro of the whole track was again a very hard thing to do, but I just did the same thing like right here, but I just made it longer, and I added the clap because I thought that when you're mixing, because I'm a DJ and the producer, but I when I make tracks I look at them from the DJ side too, and you don't want to have, it doesn't matter, it's tropical house, you don't want to have an outro with only the melody. In the outro for DJs, I don't know, the drums and the kicks are very important. Like, you want to hear the rhythm so you can mix in and obviously mix out like well, and that helps you make the mix sound decent. So that's why I left the clap, so I can understand the rhythm of the melody better and don't make any mistake. So this is how it sounds like. noise. I love white noise. Like, uh, I don't know if you do, but n- not many people realize it. And when you start producing, by the way, I'm producing like for over 1.5 years right now. But I started seriously like only half a year ago. But anyways, like you don't realize some things until you actually start using them. But it's very important, like the white noise and this the things I told you, like this crack, for example. Like nobody told me about them. I just figured them out by myself, and I think it's very important for you that you have YouTube now, and you can take these, pieces of advice and just. I really recommend you when someone gives you advice on YouTube or anywhere, and you see like it's a good track. Like for me, the track is not that good right here, but the drop is. I think it's very, very good. You should go and apply what they tell you and what I tell you, because it's very important for you. You're not gonna remember it. I know you're like, oh, that's a good advice. I'm just gonna keep it in mind. But no, just watch the video and go then and try it. Apply it on an old track or start a new track or whatever. You just have to start working. I have school and I'm a very busy man, let's say, but I don't go to bed at night until I start at least two projects, and I know they are crappy and I delete them after I start them. But let's say like once a week, one of those tracks has potential, and I don't know. I know it sounds stupid, but you're if you do this, what I'm telling you, you're gonna really see the results. Because if you do one track a month, like you're gonna find that one track in 2 years, But if you do two tracks a day, like no full tracks, but just make a melody, because that's where you start from, anyways. If you do like two melodies a day, let's say, like you're gonna find that special, nice melody that's very modern, and enjoyable. You're gonna find it like 1 month tops. Like I guarantee you, if you put the time in and effort, and I'm not talking about only music right now, everything in life. If you put the effort in, and if you take the time, you're gonna be able to do it. You're gonna find that sound that you're looking for. You're gonna find your signature, which, by the way, I didn't really found yet. I know what I'm looking for, but it's very hard. I try a lot of plugins lately, but yeah. Uh, I hope you find this video helpful enough for you to start producing this. You saw that Tropical House is exploding lately. A lot of producers start doing Tropical House, and I hope you find this helpful and you can apply the tips that I gave you, and you can make the track that you dream for. And yeah, if you enjoyed, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. I really appreciate it, and see you guys next time. Peace.